So here's our heroic Fractillus kill. Thank you all very much for checking us out. As always, I appreciate it. So thank you, community, for being able to down this boss. It was definitely fun. So what we ended up doing, because we ended up having issues with the first couple of times we tried to do this, we ended up downloading the liquid weak auras. There's 3 of them to kind of make it easier for everyone for the placement of all the walls. It just, I don't know what to say. It kind of just simplified 99.9% of the fight because it was just, I was trying to direct people and it was just problematic. So this kind of just removed it all and it did all the math for you so you didn't have to think about it. So anyway, let's kind of get in on it. So what we end up doing for Fractillus is these walls are going to come out and attack you. You're gonna have to either build up the wall or break the walls. So what we end up doing is you kind of just follow the instructions. You can see them on the screen to tell you which walls to break, and it kind of just makes it easier. So you're going to end up having to go onto one safe lane during this fight. You're going to end up pushing walls onto certain lanes or rows during this fight. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up having the point where you need to break those walls because they're actually, filling up. And then it'll actually tell you, to put a wall here and there. We just essentially we followed the weak aura. I mean, there's no real explanation. The fight in general is very easy, except you just need to have a lot of coordination, and that's something that we needed to kind of put together. And everyone just ends up DPSing as hard as they possibly can during the whole fight, and I appreciate that. I think everyone did a fantastic job. When you end up getting a bomb, you're ending up spreading out. So that is a portion there. Tanks are going to end up rotating on the far side with walls, just because it's just a little easier for them to kind of go back and forth, and they just consistently place them against the wall. Now, as for the other portions of it, it's just a straight DPS race and a healing race, and it's kind of on the easier side than normal. So you end up at some point, if there's too many walls, you'll end up actually kind of needing to move your safe spot. I don't remember if we ended up moving the safe spot this week, but it was something that we ended up doing. So you break on 5. I was totally completely in the wrong spot, and I screwed it up. So at some point, I started really messing up just because I was unsure of where to go or what was happening, and that's because I didn't know the icons. I recommend not putting them on the tanks because it does confuse them. It does confuse people. So that's something you kind of need to see, because right now it looks like we have 2 squares. The other thing I was going to say was sometimes you need to have a little bit of extra healing because the healers need to pump a little bit more to be able to kind of pull back a little bit. You end up having to, kind of go through this and kind of just dealing with it in general. And that is something, you really need to watch and take a look at. So we end up breaking this at here, and it was easy as heck to do. So we end up just kind of pushing and trying to get as much damage as we can. And it's, it's kind of set in stone. It's not that, like I said, it's not that bad. So here's me moving again to the next lane. And then the tank walls come out. And as always, I greatly appreciate everybody for checking out these videos. Please make sure, if you're looking to support the channel, subscribe, follow, join, whatever you think is appropriate. I greatly appreciate all of those options. Twitch and YouTube every single Monday through Friday, all that fun stuff. So we're just going to keep DPSing here. Here's another break. We end up moving to the other side. And it's a little bit of a DPS race, but overall, not too shabby. There's another direction. We're going to move there. And we're at 3%, 2%, 1%, and down.